Okay, well, everyone, thank you very much for joining. So with most of the Stora team, I think all of the Stora team probably on the call as well, and I see lots of our customers as well listed in the call, and I'm sure lots of non-customers as well. So thanks everyone for joining. We're going to cover a few things on this call. First of all, well, we want to introduce our new reporting dashboard and what it means for the product going forward. So we're going to introduce that. And then we're going to touch on two more things as well that we've also been working on, and just kind of unveil. It's not something. It's they're both a bit of a surprise. We haven't really talked about them too much. So two other things. One of them is a really big feature release that we think is also going to be really important for our customers. Before we get into that, I just wanted to give a little bit of background on kind of what we've been up to the past while. 2 years ago we had a handful of customers, probably 10. We only launched Stora, brought our first customer on 2.5 years ago, and over the past 2.5 years, it's grown quickly, especially over the past 12 months. We've taken on lots and lots of new customers, and that's been brilliant, and it's great, and we're really, we're really excited to continue to grow the product and grow the business, and it also it raises new challenges for us as well as a team. So we provide, in general, like quite a mission critical role for our customers. So we host the website, host the online bookings, raise invoices, process the payments alongside Stripe. And over the past 12 months, it's been clear to us as we've grown that we've had to invest more and more in making sure that our platform is really robust as well. So there's a lot of work that goes on in the background that nobody really sees, that is really around helping us go from 5 sites to 281 sites now. We run through Stora, raising a few hundred invoices a month to raising tens of thousands a month, processing 20-30 grand a month to processing close to £2 million a month. So there's a lot of work goes on in the background, and that's the sort of work that you would only know wasn't happening if there was a problem. So it's the sort of work you don't see, and you never want to see, because you want to just make sure your platform's working. So there's a lot of that going on, and what that means, the reason I mention this is that whenever we look at new products and new features, we really, as a team, have always been really focused on quality and making sure that the stuff that we build and release is of the highest possible quality. It's the fun stuff is the features. So pumping out a feature quickly is always a fun thing to do, and it's nice. It's great for customers, but we also have to think about our platform, making sure that it is robust and it can handle the increasing demands that are placed on it. So that's why some of the things like this reporting product that we were about to release, we've been working on it for almost a year. I'm going to give a little bit of background about why it's been a year of work. We've had some reports in Stora in the past, as people know, other customers know, and this is a different thing now. So before I just pull it up, let me just, I'm going to share my other screen. Okay, so this is my Stora account for my as people, a lot of customers know, I have my own site. So this is my Store Stuff account here in Northern Ireland. We've changed the names of our customers just so we're not exposing any real data, real customer data. So we've had reports in the past, and the way that's been built is really just pulling information from our database. So that just pulls a bit of information, and that has been fine as long as we're only pulling a little bit of data. And it's fine if we've only got a few reports, and it's fine if we're only showing you kind of data for this month or data for right now. But what we've wanted to do with our reporting functionality for a long time is make it much more flexible, much more scalable, much more robust. And so what we've actually done with this, the reason it's taking a long time is we've taken we've actually put all of our reporting onto a second database. So it's kind of created, it's almost like a second, think about it as a second product. What that means is we can present data to our customers, live data, like instantly available data that's available across lots of flexible timescales and different parameters instantly. Whereas if we had just kept it on the one product, which is the way it was before, and the way it's kind of the easiest way to do it, over time, as we get more and more customers, our product would slow down, the reporting would slow down, and become harder and harder for you to get really actionable reports. So with that in mind, so that we've built it's a totally new product that runs the data And it's all still inside Stora, but it just gives you as a customer peace of mind that this is going to be a fast product that's going to give you really actionable data really quickly. So for all of our customers now, this has been made live in your dashboard today. So if you log into Stora, your Stora account, you will see this new dashboard. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to talk through a few of our initial reports. But the important thing, I suppose, for our customers and anybody watching is the possibilities now for this product are endless. And so you'll see in the top right, we're asking our customers to let us know what reports you want. We can build reports much more quickly, much more flexibly. We want to know what you want. But also, I'm going to show you some of the things now that are the way we've approached this, what it enables and what it allows you to do. And by the way, Stephen or Jeff Knox, who's on the call as well, Jeff did a lot of the work, Stephen did a lot of the design. So feel free to jump in if I'm forgetting something, guys, but I'm just going to give a rough introduction to this. So I'm going to pull up my Porta Down site. I'm going to bring it up for the last 6 months. So this, again, this time series, the ability to just instantly and quickly change time series and then see that across multiple different reports is something that's unique. So I'm going to get into a few of these reports here now and dig into the detail. Just really quickly, so gross sales, this is the amount of invoices that the system has raised on a monthly basis, whatever time period you're looking at. That's the invoices raised, including any sales tax. This is your occupancy, this is rate per square foot. Net sales then is the volume of the sum of all invoices raised in the time period, excluding tax. Now, these are all things that we more or less already had to a certain extent, but not visible in the way that you can see at the moment. Recognized revenue by type. So this is very different, and this is completely new. And this is actually something I'm trying not to bore you too long because this is something that accountants kind of will be mostly interested in. Recognized revenue. That is another way of putting that is accrual-based revenue recognition. And what that does, let's say somebody moves in the middle of the month and they're paying monthly. At the moment in your gross sales figure and your net sales figure, that will just appear, let's say, £100 invoice that's raised in the middle of October. That will appear in your October number for the full value of the invoice, £100. If you're for the recognized revenue, what we do there is we take that £100 raised on the 16th of October, and it's for a month, so let's say it's 31 days in that period. We're going to divide that £100 by 31 and multiply it back up by the days, and then allocate every single bit of revenue, every pence of revenue to the correct time period. So this recognized revenue by type is taking a revenue and putting it into the right time period. And that's important. Most of our customers will be doing their accounting on accrual-based revenue. This is the number that you'd be looking at for that. So if I click on this, not only is it showing you what your accrual-based revenue, your recognizable revenue is for your accounts, but also breaking it down by storage, by insurance, and any one-off sales as well. So this is something that we've been getting asked for tons by customers. How much insurance am I selling? And you can look at this by month. If you want to look at it by day over time as well, you can look at it by day, by week. You can add in your other site, and it all just brings it up instantly for you to see. You can export all of these reports to CSV and play with them as you wish as well. You can look at the data broken down this is by week over the last 6 months across 2 sites. Okay, so that's the recognized revenue report by type. We also have recognized revenue by total here. Allocated, let me just go back and put this into just one site for 6 months. Okay, so this is my Porta Down site, past 6 months. Let's look at allocated square feet. If I click on this, so you click on these things, you always open up more detail as well. So you can click on this, you can change the time period, the last 3 months. You can look at it per week, look at it per day. You know, if you might run a promotion at some point for a day or a week or a month, and you can really then dig in to kind of see, were there any impacts immediately from that promotion and look at it over time. Okay, so I'll go back. I'm going to change this to 6 months again. A new report then as well that we think is really interesting, I think is really interesting for my sites, is this average unit type occupancy. So this shows you over time all your different unit types and how full have they been over that time. So now look here at my 25s, and this is showing you total square feet. So look at how much I've got 1,260,000 on average square feet of my hundreds that's been vacant for the past 6 months. Now, that tells me something's wrong with my hundreds, or there's no demand for hundreds, or the price is wrong. I mean, the 75s aren't great either. I mean, they've got 875 square feet. But one of the things that I can do now is, I've got my store stuff site open here. My hundreds are 23.50 a week. So let's say I think, okay, you know what? That's a lot of empty space, and I'm going to go and make a change. I'm going to go into my sites. I'm going to change the price right now on those 100 square feet units. So if I go to 100 square feet, I'm going to go to edit unit type. I'm going to go down. I'm going to change this price here. So this is the price that's in the storefront. I'm going to change it to 186.33, which works out at 21.50 a square feet. So if I go back to this, I'm going to refresh my website. Price is now 21.50 from 100 square feet. Let's see. I can now see. So I made that change on 23rd of October. Let's see if that makes a difference. So if my customers are choosing between the 75 and the 100, maybe the price difference is now small enough for them to go for the 100. It may be that all these prices are too high. Maybe I'm not creating enough demand, but I'll change the price for a while and see what happens. Maybe putting the price down isn't the answer. Maybe it's more marketing and more efficient ads, but we'll see what happens. So let's go back to my reports. Bring up down last 6 months again. So we've got unit type occupancy, even customer source. So where your customers are coming from, you can get this information. These are my number of customers who booked online, number who phoned, the numbers we don't have a number for. So it just shows that a lot of people are still booking online. And then you can also look at your marketing source. So if I click on this and bring up the marketing source, you can see the different marketing sources over the last 6 months. I'm going to just bring up it over time, marketing source over time. So this is showing me, put it down over the last 6 months by week. This isn't something that at my site I actually asked for on the site. So I've not that much data here being shown. So if you want to ask your customers, where did you hear about us? You can turn that on actually on your storefront. So if you go to pages, go to the booking form, edit page, and turn on marketing source. That'll mean that your customers will be able to ask you, or you'll be able to ask your customers, where did you hear from us? And you can start to collect that data, and that will then populate into your analytics page too. Okay, so we have here what we have so far is a dashboard with live reports on all of the key information you want for your site. You can cut it by time, by location, by site, and you can export to CSV whatever information you want. But it's very fast, so we're really focused on speed and making sure the data is live. So if I allocate a unit now, it's going to show up in the data immediately. If we're making changes to things, you're going to see it live. So this is a place where you can really keep your finger on the pulse of your business. Now, this is new. It's the first version of this. Like I said earlier, the possibilities really here are endless, and we want this to become better and better and better for all of our customers to benefit from. So, for our customers, we'd love you to go in, have a look, have a play around, report any issues. We're always here in the help. We're available in live chat. If there are particular reports that you have you'd like to ask for, please click on request report, fill this out. If it's easier, just email me or email any of the team. And if you can give us a copy of the report that you really want us to build, it's really easy for us then to do it. As long as it's, I say easy, as long as it's in the areas where we have the data, then that's something that we really want to support for you, our customers, and make your life as easy as possible. We know now also we have lots of customers who have monthly reporting to shareholders or a board. And so, ideally what we want to get to here is that information is right here for you and ready to show in a meeting to save you hopefully hours and hours of time every month preparing data for everybody. So that's reports. We're going to come on to a Q&A in a bit. So I see we've got a few raised hands. I don't know if Tim's been raised since the start. So we'll come to you're welcome to ask a question, Tim, by the way. So we'll come to questions. Before we do, I'm just going to touch on these other two things as well, and then we'll open the floor and take questions. We really would love to hear any comments or questions on this. Before I come to the other two things, I just want to say a big thank you to our whole team. This has been, I know that we look at this and we're really proud of what we have here. If we fast forward 6 to 12 months, things are going to get even better. And the team, the Stora team, I just want to say well done, everybody. It's been a lot of work. And also to our customers who've given us feedback. We've had dozens of calls with people. Thank you for taking the time to share with us what you'd like. We really appreciate it. So yeah, thanks everybody. Okay, so the two other things. and this is also live. This one is live now in your account. Anyone might have noticed this. We've released a brand new task manager and CRM system within Stora. So what this allows you to do is create tasks. So let's say a customer rings up or a lead rings up, and that lead can be in Stora, whether you enter it yourself or it's been entered from the website, and you can create tasks to follow up, phone calls, emails, anything like that. You can create these tasks to remind you to do it. And it's a really flexible tool, so you can also have it connected to a subscription, or it could be connected to a unit. So maybe, even if it's like maintenance, maybe a light goes off or something's happened at the site, you're able to add a task for that and track it. You can allocate tasks to people, some of your team. You can give them a date. You can also add lots more notes. So as an example, I have here, call Tanya back about a second unit. So this is an existing customer has phoned us to say, I'll be interested in a second unit. I click on this. This is the subscription. You can see they already have a unit at one of our sites. Let's have a look at the tasks here. So call Tanya back about the second unit. If I click on that, it'll bring it up. I can click on that and say, I've done that. Okay, so that's now done. And that's now fully done. So I'm going to go into, let's see if I'll show you how to create a new task. Let's go in here and I'm going to add a task. So this is against the unit. So let's say call customer X about this unit. I can assign myself to this. I'll add a due date. And I can even add in some notes. You can even make attachments to this as well if you wish. So call back customer to check about keeping unit. And then I'll create that task. And that then is going to, on the 25th of October, will appear in the task list. If I have this, let's say due today. So it's not going to show anything that's due in the future. But that will now appear. When I log in on the 23rd, it will appear there. So you can also filter by site. So if you've got different staff managing different sites, you can also filter by site too. You can even see completed tasks listed here as well. Okay, so this again is version 1. Would love to hear how people use it. We have shown a few of our customers who've been asking this and have some really good feedback so far. We want this to improve. We'll move on in future, I'm sure, to even automated tasks, creating automated tasks and setting those up. Those are things for the future. But yeah, get in touch. Tell us what you think, how you're using this, if you're going to use it. If you don't like it, let us know why, please. We'd love to hear people who don't like the feature and aren't using it. So please let us know how that goes too. Okay, so the final thing, and this isn't ready to show yet, but we're also in the next probably 3 to 6 weeks, we're going to be launching deposits. So you'll be able to take deposits on your storefront. So that's coming really soon. So if you want to take £100 deposit, whatever it might be, you'll be able to automatically have that. We know lots of our customers already do take deposits and they charge them to the customer after they book. And it's automating that process as well. So it'll be saving any customers doing that. It'll save you the time. And also we know there's some customers waiting for that before they turn it on. So that's coming really soon as well. Okay, before we open this up to any questions, actually, Stephen or Jeff, have you any comments before we move on? Anything I've forgotten to mention? Anybody else? No? No, think all good?
Yeah, no, I think you covered all the reporting stuff well there. It was good.
Okay. Okay, so before we open up to questions, we are going to be at Fidessa. I'm sure lots of you are going to be at Fidessa starting tomorrow in Rotterdam. So if you are there, it'd be great to have you call by the stand where it stands 5 and 6 by the front door. As you walk in, we've got lots of sunglasses to give out. So if you don't already have a pair of our famous sunglasses, call by and we'll get you a pair. If you're a customer, thank you for being a customer. Thanks for your time. Thanks for coming on, and thanks for your help with helping us get to where we are. If you're not a customer, thanks also for coming on. We're committed to trying to build a better ecosystem for all operators. So we're always open to feedback and discussions about how we can improve our product. So please get in touch as well. You may have seen our product has evolved tons over the past year or two. We now have we've got about 281 sites as of Friday using Stora. We have operators who have over I think we've an operator with 10 sites, thousands of customers. So Stora has really moved from 2 years ago, whenever it was kind of for, I suppose, more at that time for startups. We still tons of startups using Stora. We've also got now larger and larger operators across the UK and Europe using us. So if you're looking at what we've done here, I'm thinking I wouldn't mind a look. Come and see us at Fidessa if you're there. If not, drop us an email anytime. We'd love to dig into what we're doing anytime with anybody, and love to chat with whoever in the industry and learn what we can about how we can make the product better too. So okay, thank you everybody. I'd love to hear if we have anybody with questions. Love to hear them. I don't know if anyone has typed any. You can always type a question in if you have any questions to the chat thing on the right hand side. So if you have any questions there, feel free to add them. We'd love also beyond questions. We'd love to hear if there are things that if you're using Stora or not using Stora yet, we'd love to hear what are the things that you'd love us to build next. What are the things that you really would just love to see us release? Like if there's one or two things that just Stora would just do this, be amazing. Would love to hear what those things are too, because we are really, really committed to innovation and want to grow the business. Okay, I think we've got a bit of a queue. Stephen, can you manage that, or we've got some questions as well. Let me see.
I can, yeah. So Ricky Williams has asked, does the task manager keep a log of completed tasks? Absolutely. Every task is there and tracked, so they'll never disappear unless you delete them.
Okay.
And there's a question from Adam Fleming about revenue recognition as well.
Well, I can't see the question. Is there some? What is the Q&A? Repeat the question.
Q&A feature, yeah. So the question is the revenue recognition computed from invoices?
Okay. Revenue recognition is computed from invoices, yes. So it's raised invoices. You raise an invoice, and then breaks it down into down by day. So some people charge every month, some people charge 4 weekly, some people charge annually. If you raise an invoice for a year for £365, for example, it will break that down and it will divide it into the days. So it would take the revenue, and it'll be recognizing the revenue in month 12, a 12th of that revenue in that period of time. Yes, it's all calculated off the invoices. It's the way that your accountant will probably be doing your accounts. Some accountants will be doing cash accounting, which is when you receive payment, and that's fine when you're a smaller business too. I run my business off recognized revenue. Okay. Can the task manager email out reminders to complete tasks? I forgot to mention that. Yes. It does. Stephen, there's a little box that I didn't tick, I think, when I was showing the tasks there that does that.
Yeah, so right? When a task is assigned, the person being assigned the task will get an email. And we haven't set up a reminder email, but that'll be fairly easy too. I suppose we just need to work out what time period before the task is due do we send that, but that we could do that pretty quickly.
Yeah. So a question there from somebody: is it possible to view moved in and moved out square feet rather than allocated? So maybe Stephen or Jeff can correct me if I'm wrong here, but the way our system works is it allocates the unit automatically on the move-in day, and then it deallocates on the move-out day. So move in and move out does equate to allocated, because we now have this feature where you can reserve something and that doesn't allocate it, so it doesn't count in the data. What could be useful, another report that could be useful in future is booked. So so the date of booking would be interesting too. So square foot booked and square foot cancelled, because those are slightly different. I know some people look at booked as well as the actual move in. But yes, so the moved in and moved out square feet is the same as allocated. I joined it. Will tasks be automatically generated for leads? Not yet, no. So that's something that we could potentially be releasing in the future. So it's one of the things that we'd love to do is take it beyond now the sort of manual creating of tasks into setting rules that would set up tasks and have automated tasks created for leads or whoever else. It might even be, I love the idea of, if somebody does leave their details on your website, there's a real speed thing. Now, lots of operators want to call them back. You want to call them back in a few minutes. So, like an alert system that says, call this person back now. Those are the sort of things that this could naturally move into, handling leads, handling deals, and making sure that, if people aren't booking online, some of our operators not all of them show prices, not all of them let people see the prices. So, you want to be following up with those people. So the idea of this is to kind of give people the initial tools to lead for that, to get those customers, help increase your conversion rate, and automating that's the next natural step. That's a good question. Something that causes me issues is the agreement being signed in another platform, having to manually update the system each time someone signs. Are there any plans to integrate the agreement? Yes, there are plans to integrate the agreement. We have been in touch with a few third-party tools. So we started to have those discussions, and it is in our backlog to address at some point, because we appreciate that there is a disconnect there. So that's something we would like to get to. I don't have a date on that, but we want to get to that. Will you be integrating, another question, integrating with Paxton Net2 soon? As soon as you do, I'll be signing up. Excellent. Okay, so I think the answer to that is yes. This discussion came up last week. Paxton is very popular in the UK and elsewhere. So I believe that is something that's on our near-term list of things to approach. Probably, we don't like to always give timings in these things, because they're often dependent on things that are out of our control, but hopefully, with a bit of luck in the next 2 to 3 months, that will be available. Paxton will. So yeah, thank you very much. Can a search on the analytics be to specific dates rather than the last 2 weeks? Not at the moment. Is that correct?
Yeah, not yet, but it's the sort of thing that we will be iterating on top. So more flexible date range selection tools. Yeah.
Are you able to adapt the storefront to different currencies? So the whole everybody's, hold on, are you able to adapt the storefront to different currencies? Yes, you are. Yeah. So your storefront, your store account is set up in a currency, and we support most global currencies. And then your data will also be in that currency as well. If what you mean is multiple currencies, so can you have one site in pounds, one site in euros? We don't support that. It's not something that any of our customers have ever asked for. You'd have to have operations in multiple jurisdictions there. So we haven't supported that. Will Stora ever be available in an iOS app form currently clunky on mobile when trying to manage while on the move? Okay, that's good feedback. I think it's likely that we would, so we're talking about the Stora back office here. It'd be interesting for us to dig into what is clunky, because there are ways for us to make that probably a lot easier without having to put it into an iOS app. We could just make it a lot better as the web app. So it'd be good to dig into that. I have had that discussion with 1 or 2 customers, so that may be somebody I've spoken to already. They're in as anonymous, but
I think we'd be first to admit that the platform on mobile isn't as nice as we would like it to be. So we will certainly be making it better over time. But I suppose some of the newer features you'll see in Stora, like this reporting dashboard, they'll all be much better optimized for mobile than some of the older ones.
Airline style demand-based pricing, absolutely. So I'd call that dynamic pricing, and that is in our pipeline. That's something we are accelerating, and it's actually moved up our list, our backlog. So it's something we really want to get out sooner rather than later. It's an important part of helping our operators grow revenue and grow sales. So it's absolutely it's becoming more and more requested, and so it's something we're going to get to as soon as possible. Not related to, so another question, not related to new features, but I think the option to attach documents to a customer's profile would be useful. Absolutely. So you can add attachments to their tasks, but not yet just under the customer. So and that's been requested before. So let's add that to the back. Let's add that request, and if it's something it's maybe something we could add easily and quickly, then we will do that. Yep. Could number units be added to invoices, please? That is an interesting one. I think is there something that makes that a little bit complicated?
Certainly.
Any comments on that?
Yeah, I don't know if Will is there. You might want to jump in and explain why we may or may not be able to do that. But he might not be in the mood for talking. I'm not sure. Well, we can pass certain data through to Stripe invoices, but it's limited because the invoices are generated by Stripe. We're kind of limited by what it allows us to do. So, but it is something I will take a note of and check in on and see. I can get back to you on that one.
Mm-hmm. Is the gross sales before Stora Stripe commission fees? Yes, it is, isn't it? I think that's the gross invoice value, Michael. Yes. Okay, so Tim's asked, any plans to add abandoned carts for customers who have requested a price but not taken out a subscription? So, and also send an automated Google review email when a customer leaves the facility. Tim, two really good points. Abandoned carts for customers who requested a price but not taken out a subscription. So that might be slightly different. What we do at the moment is if the customer does gets part of the way through the booking but doesn't add their payment details, they're added as a lead. Sorry, they're added as a lead before they've even added payment details. And then if they haven't paid within 10 minutes, you automatically send the operators an email to say, give this person a call because they haven't completed their payment. But I think what you're suggesting there is a little bit different. So it might be worth, Tim, if we follow up with you after this call and just dig into that a little bit more. Google review email, that's something that's been again on the pipeline. We should look into that. It's probably a relatively straightforward thing to do. Sending customers a link after they've moved in or after they've moved out, ask them to review the facility with a link to Google. There'll be ways to do that. Yeah, so that's another good idea, actually. So Tim, we'll follow up with you on those two things. Sally is asking, we're based in the Isle of Man, and as a result, there are some limitations with our online store payment providers. Stripe and Square, for example, can't be used here. So if you are in a location where you can't use Stripe, then there's one option. There's really only one option. That is, you can create a Stripe account. If you can create a Stripe account in the UK and operate it that way, or you can use a product from Stripe called Stripe Atlas, which allows you to to create a Stripe account in a different jurisdiction while having a business elsewhere. And there are fees around that. So because we're so connected to Stripe, we are reliant on where Stripe operate. So that it's something to look into. Yeah, as it stands, if you're an Isle of Man company and the Stripe don't support it, then unfortunately we really can't support you unless you use the Stripe Atlas product. Aaron is asking, will you have a paid invoice report and a bad debt report? So I think we do have. If I'm just going to go into home here. Now, I need to be careful what I click on because I don't want to bring up customers' data, but we do have here an awaiting payment report. So if you click on this, it'll bring you into all of the invoices that are unpaid. I don't want to bring that up because it'll show my live customers' invoices. We haven't paid. We don't yet have that in an aged debtors kind of bad debtors report. It does exist in your Stripe dashboard. So you can see that if you click on your dashboard.stripe.com and it's aged in there. That's something else that we'll be bringing to Stora very soon. And Aaron also, yeah, you say as task manager would be a great tool whenever it's automated. Absolutely 100% agree with that. Important to have some automation there too, so that we can follow up on leads for you automatically. Stephen, a question for you there.
Yeah, no, just cheers, Adam, for answering the question. Thank you very much. Yeah, we do pass some data, I know, into the memo field from our invoices, and I suppose I just need to check and see what we're putting in there already, that we're not overriding something. But thank you very much. I can get this one from Cameron about an API. And we would love to do this, but I suppose we are a relatively small team and we can't do everything. So it's a big undertaking to do something like an API, which will allow you to fully integrate Stora. At the moment, what we're focused on is making the Stora platform as it is the best platform, so you want to use all of it. And we're really focusing on the storefront ourselves over the next few months and making it really robust and hopefully get you at least closer to the ideal version experience that you want. But maybe in a few years, it could be something we would look at, but it's not an immediate focus.
It is worth also saying that because all of our stuff is passed into Stripe, there are thousands of API integrations that you could do with Stripe. That's a little bit different to, like, it's not going to let you take the payment fully on your own website. But what it could do is, if you want to have email lists or anything connected to customers with live subscriptions or anything connected to accounting into Xero or whatever accounting package you want, invoices, customers, payments, anything like that can all be connected from Stripe into third-party tools. We don't have many customers who've done that, but if you want to have live emails, for example, that are sending emails to your customers, that would all be possible through Stripe. But yeah, Stephen's right, and the storefront is an interesting thing to bring up because we're very aware. Our storefront product, it does a good job of, with the website, a very good job of converting your leads into customers, into paying customers. But what we want to try and do is give you the tools to increase your basket size. So deposits is one way of doing this, but there's lots of stuff that is coming soon from us for the storefront. We're working on tons of new ideas to help you go. Let's say someone's booking £100. Is there a way to get that up to 110, 120 with upsells or different things like that? So we're working hard on making the storefront better. An API is something that we'd love to do down the line. But yeah, as Stephen said, it's just a matter of really trying to prioritize what's the best thing overall for all of our customers. So the storefront is an area we're investing a lot in. And you put they put unit number on the invoice. They put it into the order number. That works, yeah. But one of the slight little challenge with unit numbers and invoices is just that we raise invoices on a subscription level. I suppose if it's against a subscription, but some subscriptions might have multiple unit numbers. So it's just a matter of getting. Sometimes that could be, if it's just unit number 10, it's probably quite easy. But if it's, it might have 10 units or whatever it might be, and those things can change month to month, it could just make it a little bit more complicated. I guess that's one of the complications around that sometimes. Michael has asked again about he's written again about gross income. Do you have a report that is monthly based? Because we do monthly VAT. Your report seems to be 4 weeks rather than monthly. I did look into that. Should be monthly, I think. Let's follow up on that after the call. Michael,
the filtering will be monthly, but Gavin, actually, if you go back in and show maybe the way a revenue report is broken down when you
one of these ones.
Yeah, so if you do it and then do it over like 6 months and show the way that the monthly data is represented.
Okay, so is it this net sales one here?
Just any of them, yeah, it'd be fine.
Okay. Yeah.
So Michael, if you were to have this grouped by month, it will actually give you all of the monthly data. And if you can just export that to CSV, so it's just the last 4 weeks as a filter to like show the most recent 4 weeks.
This one
but
here?
You will be, yeah. So you will be able to get your full monthly data out like this.
Yeah. And your October number, that's just month to date. So that's hence the number being lower. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Did anybody want to ask a question on video? There are a few people with raised hands. I will let them participate, and if they want to chime in, they can. You don't have to, though. You might have answered your questions. think maybe we must have answered all the questions then.
If there's anything else, anybody else has anything they'd like to ask about, now is the time. Anything is on the cards. If even if you have a question after, feel free to drop it through to Stephen and myself. If any input or any feedback on the direction, what we're working on, and what we're doing, and then please let us know. Always keen to hear from people. When's your next Stora social? Well, after the last Stora social, whenever the bar tab went up and up and up and up and up, and I had a few too many beers, so I just kept saying, "Yeah, keep going." We're saving up for the next one. It's going to be in about 3 years' time. No, the next Stora social, I don't know. We have Fidessa coming up tomorrow. A few more things in November. Maybe try and get one up set up for the new year. We've got a few, I think, quite exciting plans for a few, some new things we're going to do early in the new year, which we'll be talking about in a few weeks' time. And it might be nice to get a Stora social based around that. Maybe in January, February time, whenever things are relatively quiet anyway for other people. So yeah, let's try and get something in then. It's always been good fun. Aaron, back now that we've done deposits, is late fee something that could be added soon? Yeah, that is another request we've dealt with, because we do have customers who charge late fees and they do it manually. So late fees is a thing you can do, but yeah, it'd be nice to have that in there in an automated way. So that's something we've done a lot of designs for, just hasn't been implemented yet. Let's add that again to the list, Stephen, because it's something we'd like to be able to get in soon. We know it can be an important revenue generator for customers. So this is one of the things that we're going to be prioritizing, things that got Aaron over the next 6 months. We're really next 6 months trying to prioritize what are the things that we can do. There are some quick wins, and a lot of the things that we've been getting asked here today are a lot of them are quick wins that we can do that can help operators just grow revenue by 1-2% here and there. 10, 15, 20% the revenue, year on year. Those are the sort of things that we're really, really focused on now. That we think can help. Even the task manager there. Like I had a customer 2 Fridays ago. So I have my own site business, and somebody went online and filled out a form 2 Fridays ago. And I was sitting here and I saw the email and I thought, I'm just gonna call this person. And I phoned him and he became a customer. I took the booking over the phone. It was only a 15 square foot unit, so not a massive amount of money, but it's sort of thing that if I hadn't seen the email, I wouldn't have called them. And just the fact that I saw it and I called them straight back, we got him as a customer. That's the sort of thing that we want all of our operators to get the tools just to really drive up conversions more and more and more. Especially because I think the past 12 months for self-storage have been a much tougher 12 months for everybody. The COVID boom is gone, and it's still a great business. Lots of our customers are still doing very, very well, but you do have to work a little bit harder to get your customers, and we want Stora to do that for you as well. So we have a question here. We manually lock out customers after 2 weeks. Could a reminder be set for 2 weeks after a failed payment to unlock once the payment clears? Could a reminder be set for 2 weeks after? Yeah, you can set up tasks against the customer, against a subscription, so you can go and set those up yourself. So that would be manually creating. We don't have any automated tasks yet. If you are locking out customers after 2 weeks, you could upgrade. I don't know if you're using Stora with the Essentials plan, the Pro plan, which now is much more. If you're the Pro plan now, if you've got one site, is much more affordable as an upgrade. So the price difference between Essentials and Pro is much smaller if you go to a single site. So you can then you could automatically lock out customers after 2 weeks if you wanted to go from Stora Essentials to Stora Pro. That would turn that feature on for you.
Yeah, and that would automatically remove the overlock as well. Sorry, that will automatically remove the overlock when it's paid as well.
Oh yeah. So It might be that if you're not using a smart entry system, though, potentially you're actually going to do padlocks. So if you're doing that manually with padlocks, then you would probably want to use a task manager as a way of doing that. or just using the subscriptions list in Stora to see when people are overlocked and going updating those things. Aaron is asking one more thing. Could we break down the booking into dates? Storefront booking is currently since start of time. It would be good. It would be good to be able to pull that info out on a monthly basis. Yeah, that would be good, wouldn't it, Stephen?
Yeah, we're going to redo the booking report soon and pull that into the new analytics approach. So we will do a booking over time report as part of that for sure.
So we have a follow up to what we were saying there. The lockout or for outdoor padlock, yeah. So that's So it's not smart entry. So it does make things a little bit trickier. And there's a couple of things actually. We're integrating very shortly with Rubik, which is a nice little smart entry system related to padlock management. That might be something to take a look at. But outside of that, there may be a better way to do this. I would maybe go into subscriptions and be refreshing that view on a daily basis and seeing. But we could also potentially create some reports, Stephen, around when there are overlocks and timings around overlocking, and when to actions around remove the overlock, put the overlock on, remove the overlock. That's something we could probably be building reports for to make things easier there. A question from BB. Is there a way to have third-party services added when customers are booking a unit that would link to their site order form, e.g. van hire, packaging products? Okay. Customers booking a unit that would link to their site order form. So I at my sites, I give people free van hire now, and what I've done in the booking, or is it the move-in day email or the booking email? We send them a link. So I've changed the text. So in Stora, you can go in. If I go to sites, let's see, where am I? Sites, and go to put it on, edit site. I can change some of the text for the move-in day email. So you can go and change that. And I've added in, where is it? Okay, so yeah, you can change the move-in day email. And I also drop my customers an email with a link to a Google Doc form where they can go and book their van. So they fill that in, and then my third-party van hire company will deal with the booking. For packaging products, we do have a third-party integration, Stephen, don't we? For if you want to sell packaging products on the website, then that's something. If you give us a shout, we also have some customers who use that. Stephen, can you explain a little bit about how that works, please?
Yes, no, there's an embed you can do on the storefront, which will give you basically a full shop that you can use to sell boxes, padlocks, anything like that. And you can then link your customers to it as you would across the storefront in the nav or in your emails, whatever way you want. So definitely, if you reach out, I can definitely walk you through that and help a bit. But I also agree that it would be nice if they're post-booking, if there was a way to point the customers towards something important to you. So we will I'll think about that for future as well.
And even in future, if you're booking a flight, you pick your flights, and then before you confirm, you have all these add-on potential. So those are the sort of things that we're looking at the moment as well, and helping you getting the add-on sales in before the booking is completed. See a thumbs up there. So, cool. Okay. Anything else from anybody? Any feedback? If anybody looks at this stuff, we love feedback. We love hearing from all of our customers and non-customers too. We really value it. We like it when people ask for features. We can't always say yes, but it is really important that we get your feedback. It's the reason that we're able to prioritize the important stuff for our customers. So it's really valuable that you get in touch. So please do keep that coming. And if there are problems, if you've got issues, if you think this isn't achieving what you want it to achieve, then let us know again, because we're trying to innovate. This is all for the benefit of our customers. We want our customers to have a better business, run a more efficient business. So get in touch with anything like that, please. It's one of the main reasons we're able to innovate and move the product forward as quickly as we can. It's really valuable. So thanks for that. Thanks for everyone who does that. Okay, well, we've maybe bored everybody to tears. Thanks for the clap. And if anybody's got any final comments or questions, please let us know. But otherwise, Stephen or anybody else, anything final to say?
No, just thank you very much. Great to see so many people on the call. Much appreciated.
Yeah, and hopefully see some of you at Fidessa. There's, it's going to be a really great few days, so sure we'll get a chance to meet up with lots of our customers there and non-customers. So thanks very much. We've got a couple of raised hands.
Yeah,
unless that was a.
If you want to ask a question, you can accept the request and you can come on and speak as well. Turn your camera on, but I think people are just trying to clap, maybe.
Okay, yeah. Okay, everyone. Well, thank you very much. We'll finish up the call then, yeah, thanks everybody. Good luck. I hope everyone has a good few months with work and everything else. Hope your sites are going well. If you're not a customer, feel free to reach out anytime. Love getting feedback, as I said a million times. Yeah, thanks very much.